Hey guys, this is actually my second review for a movie. Sorry I haven't posted one in such a very long time. The reason is I have videos that I've been wanting to upload onto YouTube, but I'm recording them directly from my webcam, and for some reason they're not allowing me to upload them onto YouTube. It's like they can't do it. So I thought I'd try it again. This review, as you know, in my last review I did a review for Halloween's 4 and 5. Well, I am going to do another movie in that franchise, and this is from the original series, not the new Rob Zombie series. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It's Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers. This is the worst Halloween movie ever made. I mean, worse than Resurrection. I mean, this movie is complete garbage. It has Paul Rudd in it, and he was in 40 Year Virgin, and it's got the guy who played Michael Myers from Halloween 4. I can't remember his name, but basically the plot of this movie is at the very beginning. Jamie Lloyd has her baby, and Michael Myers, is chasing her, trying to get the baby from her, and Michael Myers ends up killing her, and basically the plot of the movie is Michael Myers trying to find Jamie Lloyd's baby, and Paul Rudd ends up finding the baby, and well, Jamie Lloyd calls this radio station and is asking for Dr. Loomis, and Dr. Loomis ends up hearing this, and so does Paul Rudd's character, and he ends up finding her baby hidden in a bus station, and he ends up, taking care of it and everything, and Michael Myers ends up finding out where it is, and, it's basically a big chase for this baby. And this is the last Halloween to feature Donald Pleasence as Dr. Loomis. Now, there's been a lot of rumors about this movie. I mean, right on the cover, it says, "The scariest Halloween of them all." What was this guy smoking when he watched this movie? I mean, he must have not seen a lot of Halloweens. Now, there is a producer's cut of this film. Now, you can only buy it in bootleg versions. It hasn't been released. But it's apparently a lot better than this film, but it's still, even the producer's cut is pretty gay and retarded. But I heard it's a far better, superior version to this piece of shit. This film, it's complete garbage again. It has crappy music, and it's not really scary. It's really just corny. Like, they were trying to reboot the franchise, after Halloween 5. And Danielle Harris doesn't even reprise her role as Jamie Lloyd. It's some other chick you've never even heard of. And the mask is what really gets me in these Halloweens. Even though this is a shitty movie, the Halloween mask in this movie is pretty decent. Better than the one from 4. Or Halloween H2O. The mask in that movie is crappy. I mean, maybe if I was really bored and I wanted to watch something different, maybe I would watch this. I mean, I've only watched it through twice, and I've had this movie for a good couple of years now. I just can't watch it. It's so boring. I mean, the ending is pretty good, it's not good. How can I say? The ending is interesting, and it's probably the best part of the movie. And it's really just a lot of talking. It's not Michael Myers where, you have cuts of Michael Myers walking around and stuff. It's just a lot of talking. And the director of this movie, Joe Chappelle, he apparently cut a lot of Donald Pleasence's scenes from this movie because he found him boring. And this also kind of continues something from Halloween 5. You find out that, well, in Halloween 5, you had this man in the black shoes, and he had a symbol on his wrist. It was like a P. And you find out in this movie that it stands for this group called Thorn. And it's Michael Myers happens to be someone who, like Thorn, like he's possessed and evil, and he won't stop killing until he kills off like everyone in his family. And in the producer's cut, they explain Thorn a lot better than they do in this film. I mean, I've never seen the producer's cut. I've looked for it on the internet. People have seen it. I've tried YouTube, eBay, Amazon. Like, even on eBay, if they sold like a recorded tape or something. I mean, there is apparently bootleg versions of it out. I can't find it anywhere. I mean, I've looked for it everywhere on the internet. And as far as I know, it does not exist unless you know someone that was involved in this film. It has music by Alan Howarth, and he did the music for Halloween 5. I'll give this film a 2 out of 5. I mean, it should be a 1 out of 5, but 2 out of 5 meaning that some aspects are it's kind of scary in some parts. Um, you know, a lot of my friends, like before I even got this film, this was the last Halloween that I had bought, and really I only bought this just to finish up the collection for my Halloween, series collection. I really only bought this because of that. And again, I've only watched it twice. I mean, some of my friends can't even stand to watch through the first 10 minutes of it. It's just so boring and dull. But when you see the pictures on the back and you read the description, it seems such a good film. But when you watch it, it is to absolute garbage. But then again, when a horror series has gotten this far from 1978, this was made in 1995, the first one being 1978. They have to add some twist to it to keep the series going along. But again, my rating is 2 out of 5. There are some nice moments in the film, and the Halloween mask is pretty great. But I don't like George Wilbur. That's the guy who plays Halloween, who plays Michael Myers. I don't like George Wilbur's interpretation of Michael Myers, particularly because in Halloween 4, he was so small they had to put on, hockey pads just to make him look bulky. I mean, really, there wasn't a good interpretation of Michael Myers since Halloween 2. I mean, even his interpretation of Michael Myers in Halloween 2, the guy who played him, he was a stuntman. Even he wasn't as good as Nick Castle in the first one. But Dick Warlock, he played in Halloween 2. But Dick Warlock and George Wilbur, I believe, are the only people that actually have a website for playing Michael Myers. I know Dick Warlock has one. I'm not particularly sure about George Wilbur. But, I mean, only if you haven't watched this yet, just watch it to see a decent continuation of Halloween 5. I mean, just to add maybe to solve some clues, if there's something you didn't understand from Halloween 5. I mean, if you just want to see a good slasher Michael Myers film, don't watch this. I mean, really, you should only watch this if you like to follow every single Michael Myers movie and you're a fan of them all. But other than that, if you're just looking for a good movie, this is complete garbage. Don't watch it. I'll try to make other videos in the future, but until then, goodbye.